Actually, this is the today's agenda. Here, you guys are going to learn what is firewall and why we need and who are all need the firewall and why, as a professional, why we need to learn and what is the purpose of learning multiple vendor product firewall products and what are in our curriculum. What are the things we are going to cover like as per the certification wise, as per the what are the syllabus we are following it. Everything we will discuss today. Okay, so yes, again, firewall. According to me, firewall is a product or mechanism which can help us to control and monitor. Okay, monitor our network activities. Okay, so it might be a hardware, it might be a software, right? So it is a mechanism, or it's use some algorithm to control your network, control and monitor your network activities. Okay, so in simple words, so if you're not aware properly what is firewall, if you're very new to this domain, right? So then I'm going to treat you. So you may have a experience with any other firewall product, some of you guys, right? So you may have a well knowledge in some of any other firewall products. Okay, so some of the guys will not have any experience in firewall, so they might work as in a network support, system engineers or cloud engineers, right? So to enhance their career, they are here to learn firewall, so they are not aware properly what is firewall, right? So I'm going to treat everyone as a fresher. So you guys are not good know about firewall, so according to me right now. Okay, so I'm going to treat you like that, so that I can go with the basics. Okay, so in simple term, according to me, right? So firewall is a security guard of our infrastructure. Okay, so let's consider in your organization or in yours, staying in a 100 community apartments or community location. So where as a first security layer, where in your living areas, right? So they have one physical security guard, one or two security guards. So what they will do, right? So in your organization or in your living area, right? So in your home or in your apartments, whatever. So you are putting on guy to monitor the uh, others, your surrounded activities. So who is coming to your place, or maybe that particular person is a known person or unknown person, or so unknown person coming for some official purpose or some friendly meeting purpose, or unknown persons coming for some illegal activities like threatening to you, still right, steal your properties, right? Something else, it's going to happen, right? So to avoid that, what we will do in our in our home or in our apartments, what in our office areas, right? So we recruit one physical person, right, as a security guard who will monitor all unsuspicious activities with our surroundings, right? So the same way, every organization have their net. So the communication is going to happen through their network. So the business approach is going to happen with the internet, with their internally. They are going to communicate with the organization resources. So everything is going to happen through network. All the communication. So that communication, right? So your organization internally, I mean, the employees may try to access the outside network, internet, or outside users may try to access your internal resources. Everything is going to happen through your network. So that person who is trying to communicate outside from outside network, right? So he might use some vulnerable application and services. So, I mean, whatever the application and service he tried to access. So by using that application and service, he tried to bypass your production networks. He tried to steal your organization informations through the network, right? Like how the physically in our surrounding, the thieves and try to steal our information or our property or make harmful to us, right? So the same way in an organization, right? So they are going to outside users, hackers or unwanted users, right? They try to access our network resources, applications, services, or data. They try to steal our organization data, right? So everything. So to protect that, we have a as a first line security. Okay, so our digital security guard, we have that digital security guard who is going to monitor your network surroundings, your organization infrastructure surroundings through networking, right? So what is the activities going on in your production and in your network, right? So to monitor that, we have monitor and control. So if someone is some illegal traffic is trying to communicate, or some illegal application service, or someone try to steal your data over the network, right? So everything will be monitored, and this security digital security guard will monitor just like a physical security guard. Who is the person, right? He's a known person or unknown person. Likewise, in firewall, in digitally, it's a allowed traffic or unallowed traffic, authorized traffic or unauthorized traffic, that and all it will be monitored. And if the traffic is unauthorized, then it will be blocked, it will be dropped, it will be drop the packet. If the traffic is authorized, but some authorized traffic might have a vulnerability, virus, malware, so which is harmful in our production network. So that and all will monitor by this firewall product. Okay. So as a say, firewall, it's a digital security guard which is act like a first line defense to protect your digital assets in your organization. So digital assets, it depends on the organization type. So the organization might be the institution, organization might be the hospital, right? So medical field, the organization might be the IT domain, organization might be the production area, right? So something, it depends on their business. So firewall is not only for the IT people, IT organizations, right? Firewall, it's for all the business who are all using a internet, who are all using a devices, computers to communicate, who are relying their business to communicate with the internet or internal computers and servers, right? So they need firewalls, right? So everything, their business communication is going to happen through the internet, through the network and internet. So those who are relay their business under networking, I mean digitally, those who are doing a business through digitally, or those whose business are lying under the digital services to enhance, right? For a better services, better support, right? So they need a firewall, guys. So all the organization wherever they are using a computers to communicate or to enhance their business, so all organization infrastructures, they need a firewall, guys. Okay, so in that all the organization, firewall product is the first line of defense, which means the first product, and which is going to uh, work against the vulnerability, virus, malware, which is going to defend your network, right? So it is going to save your network, defense against the virus or malware, right? So that is the product, the first line of security in any organization. After that only we have other networking products, so to enhance your communication smoothly, right? So but firewall is the first line of security in your defense. I mean, first line of defense in your production network, guys. Okay, so to protect your digital assets. So what is digital asset? So what might have the organization might have? Okay, so the digital asset means it depends on the asset may vary, depends on the organization type, their business type. Okay, so common assets I have shown here. So some of the data. So any organization, any business running relay under the data, right? So they might, let's say they are having a e-commerce business like Amazon, like Flipkart, right? So they have their customer data, they are storing the customer data right now about their name, mail ID, mobile number, and their card details. Some of the data customers will save their card details in their particular website, right? So card, all are sensitive information. And then the same organization have employees, right? So let's say Amazon or Flipkart, they are having a number of employees. So employees details, the employee information, personal information, their financial or their career related information, right? The financial record. So these are all the data. Okay, so data which is presented in a digital method, right? So this is the valuable information, so we have to protect this information. If someone is try this, I mean someone is steal this data, like customer information, let's say take with a Flipkart as an example. So Flipkart as a smart it's a e-commerce business, right? So they have a customer information there up to their mm, complete address and their data, card details, and their interest, whatever the product they have purchased, everything will be there. So that is more sensitive information. Mobile number is there, mail ID is there, right? Card detail, financial informations are there, communication address are there. It's very, very sensitive information, right? So if someone is steal this information, that particular organization is the responsible for that, right? So it's a privacy violation, right? So the organization has to protect the data not only for their business success, right? So if the data leakages happen, the next time the users will not trust the particular product, right? Particular services. So their business also will drop. So we have to secure the information, right? So to to secure that information, I mean all this data digitally stored. So to store this in, I mean to save this information, we need a we need a secure infrastructure. For that, as a first line security product, we have a firewall. It's working as a first line of digital security product in your to protect your digital assets. Okay, and again, some of the companies and the same company they have applications for the end users, application for the internal employees, applications for the business business people, those who are doing with like client, I mean the sellers who at who tie up with the Flipkart, Amazon, right? So like that, every business have this application, their own applications. Okay, internal communication, external communication purpose they will use. So all that application, all the data will be stored in your database, and then might be in a storage server, right? So they will be stored, and application also will be there, different kind of application also will be there, right? Everything as considered as a digital asset. Okay, and one more thing, another thing, infrastructure. So they have their internal network architecture, network devices. Not only have firewall product, they are going to have end devices, computers, and based on their business need. Let's say they have 100 employees, they will use almost 100 end user PCs. And then to provide the reachability for this all this 100 internal employees to communicate each other, they will have some routers, they will have some switches. And to protect their environment, they will have one security, digital security guard, which is firewall, right? So all this products have some information there to secure their, to allow some services and applications. They will have this in under the infrastructure, they will have some configurations, device information, configuration, backup files. So all are comes under the infrastructure side. So everything has to be secure. So let's take, we taken some backup. So that backup is not you are not saved in a secure location. So that is your organization is bypassed, right? So your organization infrastructure is bypassed. So in that case, what will happen? Your backup file also, if the backup file is steal by the hackers, or backup file is modified by the hackers, right? So when you're using a backup file for while restore, you will get a modified configuration file changes, so which is done by the hacker, so which is not, which is going to make a loophole to your production network, right? So that information also need to be secured, and that is also considered as your digital assets. Okay, routers, switches, firewalls, configuration, the configuration files, the log manage, log servers, right? So everything will be considered as a infrastructure, and that has to be secured. Okay, and then another property, the organization and the based on the business activities, they will have a source code, which is suppose the business is developing the applications, IT based business they are doing, so obviously they will have a source code. So they are any organization, right? Okay, and then if they will design some infrastructure, so maybe in it depends on the business side, right? So it may be the real estate, or maybe the product design, protocol design, whatever. Okay, and then each and every organization they have a R&D team. Based on the product they will be research, and based on the service they will do research, right? So they will have some products, then patents. So sensitive information, these are all the sensitive information. So these type of data is called intellectual property, which is very sensitive information. So it depends on the where their future plan and the future resources, they will be do it under the intellectual property. So that might be the application development, source code, might be the designs, research, patents, whatever. Okay, so these are all the data, we digital assets. Actually, these are all the digital assets which we have to protect in your organization. So these assets, all the organization will have. It might be the institution, educational institution, it might be the medical institution, medical side, medicine field, it might be the infrastructure side, right? Anything, it might be the IT domain. So all, they have a sensitive data that should be secured, and so that we can able to secure and to protect that digital assets, we need a product called firewall to secure your infrastructure base. Okay, then what it will, how it will secure this digital asset, the firewall, how it will secure the digital asset, these digital assets. Okay, so your firewall, so as I mentioned, so you can compare this firewall as a this hard, this device, it might be the software, VM based device, or it might be the hardware based firewall, right? So it may be the application based firewall. It will, what it will do, it will filter the data, like what type of data my business need, what type of communication I need to run my business smoothly, what are the type of data and services I don't need for my business. So that classification we can able to do, we can able to do it, and that control mechanism, that where whatever the type of application services we are going to allow, that control mechanism we can able to achieve through firewall. And the your good traffic means whatever your business need, whatever the application and services you need to run your business smoothly, that traffic is called good traffic. Okay, so that traffic we need to allow it. Okay, and what is bad traffic, whatever it's not necessary, which is not needed to run your business, uh, which is going to harmful to your product, your productivity, which is going to make delay your productivity, or which is going to harmful to your production network, right? So that and all comes under bad traffic. Example for good traffic, so in our organization we will allow outside users to access, outside employees to do work from home. So in that case, employee will try to communicate from their network to our organization network, so over the internet. So we need to allow them to access the resources over the internet by the help of VPN services. And our internal employees, sometimes they need some application and services which is accessible over the internet, like, so like Microsoft 365, the Microsoft meets, right? Or patch update. Sometimes in your organization you have a end user PC, so that PC need a patch. Every week we'll do patch updates, right? So patch update schedule, to download the patch updates, we need to access the internet. From the internet only we can able to access, right? So we need to allow that particular updates, right? So that traffics are good traffic, that is called a good traffic, guys. Okay, And what is bad traffic, which is not necessary to your to run your business, right? Or which is uh, sorry, yes, which is reduce your productivity, which is consuming the more bandwidth, which is not necessary to your business activities like social media, gaming sites, gaming application, social media access. These are all some social. Sometimes your business rely under the social media, so sometimes that services and application we need to allow it. But some of the business they really don't need. I mean, the some or in the organizations they might have a different team. Some of the team they will not necessary to access the social media. They will use, let's say, in IT, some of the IT companies they have a different kind of team, right? So technical team is there, support team is there, sales team is there. So sales team obviously they need a social media access, but technical team and support team they don't need any social networking application access, right? So we can restrict them. So that is, if you allow that particular users, I mean those who are all from the say support team, those who are all from the technical team, so they really don't need a social networking access. So they need only the specific application access, which they need, which they are going to perform their business activities, right? So the job role, based on their job role, they need some specific application, set of application and services only. So that only we can simply allow it. So that basically whatever the traffic we don't need to allow, which is either it might be harmful, or either it might be reduce your production network, or either it might be increase your bandwidth utilization unnecessarily, right? So that kind of traffic is called bad traffic, and that we can able to filter it by the help of firewall. So like how we are examine the when someone is try to meet us, right? So some in the our physical, sorry, in your living area, right? So in your living location, right? So you have you one physical security guard. He will examine that particular persons, so he will verify that that persons are known person or unknown person. If he is unknown person, definitely he will not allow, right? Without our permission, right? So the same way the firewall product also, if the application and services we really need, then we need to create a rule to allow that particular services. Okay, so if the pad unnecessary, unauthorized, unauthorized service and traffic applications are initiated in your production network, then your firewall will be denied that. So it will consider that as a bad traffic. Okay, and it will monitor too. Okay, your firewall will monitor after allow the traffic. Your firewall will monitor, examine that traffic. So what is the activity of that traffic? It's any harmful application or well, services they try to access any, right? So any attackers they try to push it on this traffic, right? So that and all monitored by your firewall. Okay, so that's why I just mentioned it is filters good and bad traffic, guys. Okay, and it will protect your internal resources. So internal resources already we discussed about the digital assets like application servers, infrastructure devices, right? And then in your data. So everything will be protected, and as well as each and every employees will have their end user piece, right? So in your organization devices, so that devices has to be protected. That is can be done by that protection can be ensured by your firewall, guys. Okay, so now you guys are have idea what is firewall and why we need a firewall in your organization. Okay, so uh, so what is firewall? You are clear, right? So firewall is a digital security guard which act like a first line of defense to protect your organization digital assets, right? Or you can simply say firewall is a product which will control and monitor the your I mean, control and monitor your infrastructure. Okay, so just like that, you can. So now you have clear idea what is firewall, right? And why who need this firewall? So someone need this, right? So this product, who need this firewall? So the firewall product. So everyone, we already discussed somehow. So everyone who use internet to run their business, who relay their business based on the computer networks, right? So based on the networks, right? So digital net, or simply say you can say, instead of internet you can say network, or instead of network you can say whose business are relay under internet. So they need, definitely they need firewall. Not only business, not only business people, person as a personal device also, we need a firewall product. Okay, so I'll tell you what is the reason. So as a not only enterprise use, so end user use also, we need a firewall product. Okay, so who needs a firewall? So everybody, all organization with who is trying to access uh, or run their business based on the internet, right? So here I given some example like small to large businesses, school and colleges, hospital and clinics, bank and financial institutions, government, especially government departments, and then service providers like data centers, cloud service providers, right? So they need to protect their environment too, so they need a firewall, guys. Okay, so and then this is business activities. As a personal professionals, right? We also need those firewalls. Okay, so who all need to learn firewall? So system engineers who already working right, so to protect your infrastructure, network engineer, IT support staff, right? Cyber security analyst, DevOps and cloud engineers, and who want to pursue their career in a cyber security or network security domain, right? In networking domain nowadays, network engineers also need to know these firewall products. Okay, so because the industry need a people who can manage, not just managing the product, I mean just industry now need a people who can manage your infrastructure as well as to secure your infrastructure. Okay, so you need to secure your infrastructure as well. So that's why if you go for any job portal, definitely they will, if you're looking for a network engineer post also, right, a system engineer post also, or cyber security analyst, right? So anywhere you can see the firewall is there on demand skill. Okay, so you need to learn this firewall product as well, guys. Okay, so and I told you, right? So not only the business people, not right. So nowadays we need a firewall for the individuals. Okay, so individuals, so where they have a smart devices, smart homes, right? So that persons also need to have a knowledge of firewall, because every they have a home automation tools, right? So everything relay under the internet. So if you're not having a security product, your IoT devices might be hacked by the, it might be in a vulnerable stage, so it might be hacked by the attacker. Okay, so it's small pieces of this individual users, but in future a lot of people will except for the home automations already there, but uh, still every country, every normal people will use the IoT devices in as soon as. Okay, so in that case, so every in future every home need one firewall product. It is going to be happen soon. Okay. Okay, guys. So now we know who needs fire, right? So, and as a professional, we need to learn these products for our career growth, right? So, and who we are going to manage all these products already. If you are already working at that particular say uh, domain, so you already manage it. Okay, and especially under specialization, who need to learn this product. Okay, so this firewall skills that we will see now in depth manner. So again, system engineers, network engineers, IT support engineers, cloud cyber security analysts, cloud engineers, DevOps engineers. So it. if you want to become a ethical hacker, pen test engineers or what, right? So they also need to have a firewall knowledge, right? And who want to make their career into the IT infrastructure, cybersecurity domain, networking domain, right? So everyone should have a knowledge of firewall that going to be give you the better opportunity in future as well and current job as well, so that you may experience. So that's why you are here to learn this product. Okay, without need of that, you are not going to be here, right? So definitely why nowadays we all need a firewall. Okay, so here my concern about why we need to learn as a professional, why we need to learn multi-vendor products. If I gain a knowledge in a single product, that is fair enough, right? So I have a knowledge in firewall, then why should I learn this multiple vendor firewall? So it's purely depends on your career routines. Okay, your career focused only. It's why, because where you're working as you are right now, you're working as somewhere as a network engineer, system engineer, right? Or in a cybersecurity domain, you might work as a instant monitor, something, whatever, right? So you without knowing this fundamental, you may work there. Or fast few years you're working as a network engineer or system engineer, L1 engineer, so you need to upgrade your skill. So without just having a knowledge with networking, it's not enough to upgrade your skill, I mean to upgrade your career and your lifestyles, right? So you need other technology as well. So that's why you are going to learn firewall. And in that, purpose of learning multiple vendor firewall products. So when you're working in a organization, your organization might give some supports to the other vendors, right? So they will take some clients. So they right now you're working under some client, they have some one or two firewall products. Okay, so and then very next day or soon your organization is going to take over another project. So in another project, now you are working as a network engineer and you have one firewall product knowledge. Let's take example, just you have a knowledge with 40, okay, or some open source firewall, right? So and your organization is going to take over one new project. So that clients have firewalls, Palo Alto, FortiGate, Checkpoint, any other firewalls. The first thing, any organization, most of the organization, they will run, not they're not only relay with a single firewall product, they will have a multiple vendor product, either Palo Alto, FortiGate, Checkpoint, the combination of the products. First thing, that is the major reason. Okay, your client may have multiple products, so it depends on the client size. So if you take your client may, and it's a huge enterprise network, right? So definitely they will have a multiple firewall products, because they have a different kind of needs. Okay, they might have 100 branches and few data centers and one headquarters, right? So they, in each and every aspect, they have a different product, they need a different products. There is a lot of reasons for that. Okay, so in that case your client will have a different product. So in that case your organization, so now you have one firewall product like Palo Alto has your knowledge right now. So the new project is coming with a FortiGate or Checkpoint. So in that case your organization need to take one more person who have experience with a FortiGate or Checkpoint, because you are current, as a current employee, you don't have a knowledge in Checkpoint. So your organization will force you to, either your organization will force you to learn that product, so you need to learn it, or your organization need to recruit one another person. So the organization will, the employers always demand a people who can able to manage multiple products. They are not lying one resource. Okay, so they are not ready to, because they need to spend a lot of money. So if you know Palo Alto, so in one project is coming for a Checkpoint and they need to recruit another person who is experienced with the Checkpoint, so they have to spend up money for him as well. So when it comes to the cost cutting or project uh, allocation, right? So they need a person who can able to manage multiple products. So versatile people only they need it. Why? Because in terms of budget, in terms of availability, right? So they need a people to manage multiple products. Okay, so if you are having any doubts, you can go to the any job portal like Nauk or LinkedIn. So there you can see under job description or the product must have skill, they will definitely mention multiple products: Palo Alto, FortiGate, Checkpoint, any of the in this three firewalls. At least they will mention any two. Okay, because organization will use multiple products. Okay, the your clients will use multiple products. Okay, so this is the biggest reason. So real world networks use more than one brand, differ for a different needs. Okay, which means, so let's take example. One organization have 100 branch. So they have one headquarters, they have one data center. Okay, so in headquarters they'll have one kind of a product. Okay, let's say each and every branch. So all branches, 100 branches are small branches where they are not going to deal. They are not going to have a servers, data storage servers, data server. I mean, web server or mail server, whatever. They are not going to have it. So that will be they will have it in the data center. Okay, so each branch they will have 100 employees, 200 employees, depends on the sizes or the needs of that team and that particular project. Okay, so all these branches we cannot go with all type. Let's take example with a checkpoint or Palo Alto. So I have 100 branches. All these 100 branches, if I'm each branch I have 100 employees or 200 employees. Let's take a small scenario. Okay, so in this 100 branch, if I'm going to place Palo Alto all the branches to secure my branch network. Okay, Palo Alto, it's one of the costliest device than FortiGate. Okay, and Checkpoint is one of the costliest device than Palo Alto. So I cannot, when comes to the project cost, right? So I cannot affordable, and I don't need that particular for each and small branches. I don't need as uh, the firewall product kind of Palo Alto or Checkpoint firewall, so which is enterprise range devices, right? So I can go with my budget is very less, so I can go with a small office product like FortiGate's entry level products. I can go, right. So the reason why I mentioned here FortiGate is FortiGate's comparatively all these three firewalls. FortiGate is a cost wise affordable product than other two firewalls. Okay, so obviously organization will choose the best product and needed suitable product for each and every scenarios. So branch offices they will have branch offices or hub offices, right? So they just need a product small where they're having a small number of employees, right? So in that case they will have a FortiGate file. So where they have a data center they will have multiple products, not only individual firewalls, Palo Alto or Forti, because they will use different purpose. They will not going to load all the work pressure into the individual firewalls. So they will use Palo Alto for the efficient application control. They will use Checkpoint firewall for the uh, greatest perimeter perimeter firewall device. I mean gateway devices to secure, to filter layer 3 to layer 7 filters traffics properly, as a first line security. And additionally they will use Palo Alto for application filters, because checkpoint sorry Palo Alto firewall is better in application filter than any other firewalls. So in security term as well. So they will use a different purpose, for different purpose they will use it. The why? Because they are not in a in our approach, in our organization approach, they will not load all the work in a single product. Okay, so and they are not ready to uh, um, lying under vendor specific, because let's say they are, if they are having only Palo Alto products only, or if they are having a only FortiGate products only, so they need to be dependent on the vendor. Okay, so they cannot upgrade the products properly sometimes. So they will use a versatile products as well, and for a different solutions. So that's why in every organization you might able to see multiple vendor products. Okay, so if you have that privileges, you can already you have that knowledge, so your organization will use Palo Alto, FortiGate, Checkpoint, any of at least three two devices minimum. Okay, so it because there are the reasons for that. Okay, so budget wise, and then they are not ready to lying under one vendor specific, because when they are seeking for the support, or sometimes let's say all they have 100 firewall products, I mean 100, all 100 branches they have it, right? Or let's take take an example with a data center. So they have a FortiGate firewall, and recently one vulnerability is identified in check. Let's assume that, okay, one virus or one loophole is identified in a FortiGate environment, right? So if FortiGate can be bypassed, so now attack will be happen in your production network. So in your entire organization, you have only FortiGate product. If the vulnerability is identified, right? So then what will happen? Your entire organization will be under vulnerability, right? So which means, so the hacker can able to easily bypass your production network. Entire your infrastructure will be crashed, right? So to avoid that, they they will use other product as well as a security product, other vendor product as well. If some of the feature is some of the vulnerability is identified in a for specific application of protocol in a FortiGate, some of the vulnerability is identified, right? So we can, if you have another product, we can able to secure as a one more security layer. We can add one more product as a security layer, right? So your Palo Alto, that vulnerability, that loophole is identified through 40 ways, 40 only. So Palo Alto still in that particular application and services. So your Palo Alto protect more efficiently than your FortiGate firewall. So in that case, if your Palo FortiGate is bypassed, your bag another product in your bag, and you have one more product, so that product with the different vendor product, so that will have, that is not going to have a vulnerability, right? Because that is using different approach. So one product is vulnerable. If you're using a one vendor product for entire infrastructure, your entire infrastructure will be in a vulnerable location. Okay, so to avoid that only, they are using multiple products. Okay, so that is also one of the another reason, guys. Okay, so here head office, they will use a deep inspection. So they will use a Palo Alto firewall. As I given a small example here. So branch offices, so budget wise, they will use FortiGate, budget friendly and efficient device. And data center, they will use not only the checkpoint, so they will use multiple product as well. So uh, so they will use checkpoint or either multiple products as well, guys. Okay, other firewall products as well to secure to reduce the workload of that particular device as well. Okay, so and they are not ready to run under one vendor product in terms of support, in terms of any vulnerable, right? So it is harmful to their production. So that's why the vendor, the employers, I mean the organization will use multiple vendor product. Okay, so since they are using a multiple vendor product, so they need a people to manage multiple products. Okay, so they if you're running on business, so you are going to take a person who can manage multiple activities, or you are going to take a person who can manage only single activities, right? So as a business owner, what you will think? So you are going to recruit the person who can manage multiple process, right? So the same way, as a employers, they are seeking a people to manage multiple products. Okay, so if you already have a knowledge in a multiple products, in future in their organization, if they are upgrading other not only fire other products, so they will consider this person, it's already versatile person, he can manage any challenging environment, so he can able to learn new products as well as soon as possible. So like that they will think, and they will consider you as a versatile people and then asset of the organization. Okay, so So that's why it will give you the more job opportunity than knowing a single product. If you have no multiple products, you will have a more job opportunities. Okay, and since you are already know multiple products, you are in confident, you have more enough confident, and you are working with your, you have some knowledge in a challenging environment, so you will be look confident, and it will give you the professional growth as well in terms of salary or career growth, like promotions. So you'll get a higher promotions from the basic to, just a minute guys, it's this application is free, just a minute. So your career wise, you will get a lot of growth, like higher positions. You can go your senior role. You will get as soon as possible since you have a multiple product knowledge, right? And then the same way you can become a consultant as well, right? Security consultant. So you can do freelancing kind of things, right? So since you have a lot of product knowledge, so these are all the advantage you will get in your as per your career. Okay, in your career based. Okay, so okay, fine. So you we saw what is the advantage of having a multiple product knowledge, right? So in market we have a lot of products, we have a lot of firewall products. Then why we are choosing, or why you need to choose these three firewalls as a comp? So Palo Alto, FortiGate, and Check. We have a number of next generation firewalls. Then why should we choose this? The reason, these three products are market leaders. So they occupy more than 60, so 70% of the firewall market in the industry, firewall, right? So in a firewall industry, market share, almost 70% of our market share is occupied by these three products only: Palo Alto, FortiGate, and Check. And Palo Alto is the number one firewall product in the industry, and FortiGate is the number two firewall products in the industry, and Checkpoint is the number three firewall products. Okay, and in the firewall market, and FortiGate and Palo Alto, vice versa, they will become a market leaders first place and second place, vice versa. So each and every quarter or each and every year, but Palo Alto have strong foundation more than 1 decade. They become a market leaders. Okay, they be as a market leaders. Okay, so all and FortiGate as well, but FortiGate here and there they will go for a first place to second place, first place to second place. But 1 decade, past 1 decade, right? So 10 years. So FortiGate, sorry, Palo Alto dominate the market. Okay, so since, which means 70% of the market is occupied by these three firewalls, means, so when you take 100 organizations, out of 100 organization, 70 organization, they will use only these three, any of these three any of the product in this three firewall at least. And as I said, they will use a combination of these products, not only one product. They will use other firewall products. So the combination of these three, they will use it. So which means when you have multiple vendor knowledge, so you have a brighter opportunity. You have your job opportunity is very high than knowing an individual firewall. Okay, so and the best part, you can learn all these three firewalls, right? So why you need to take this three firewall combo? So for this Independence Day offer, right? So in this August, we are giving a, you can pay single firewall. Okay, you are going to pay only one firewall cost, and you are going to learn all these three firewalls. Okay, you are going to pay only one firewall product, and you are going to get other two firewalls as other two firewalls added as a added value. You will get three firewall products. So by cost wise, you will get this opportunity, and apart from the cost, you will get, if you're learning all these three firewalls, so you will get these opportunities. So since they are dominating the global market, and the companies are having a combination of this product, since they have a combination of these products, so obviously you will get higher chances to get uh, for a job, future job opportunities. Okay, so and all this, almost you guys are already working. If you're already working in industry, definitely you will know it, guys. Okay, so in this, all these three firewalls, what you're going to cover, I mean what we are going to cover, right? So your query might be what the course curriculum. So here the part is coming here. So in this curriculum, we are going to cover Palo Alto, FortiGate, and Checkpoint. So in Palo Alto, you are going to learn Palo Alto Firewall. PA means Palo Alto, guys. Palo Alto Firewall, and one more product called Panorama. So Panorama, it's a product. It's a centralized management device where you can manage multiple Palo Alto firewalls under one roof. So you, let's take example, you have a 10 branches. All 10 branches you have 10 Palo Alto firewalls. All Palo Alto firewalls you want to manage from one device, then you have a solution called Panorama. So it's a centralized management device. So that also will be covered here. So you are going to learn four products, not only three products. So product wise, Palo Alto firewall, Panorama management device, FortiGate firewall, Checkpoint firewall. Four products you are going to learn in this complex. Okay. So in Palo Alto, we are covering, there are two type of certification. Our curriculum is, talk about the curriculum. So our curriculum, we have a two type of curriculum in Palo Alto. One is PCNSA and another one is PCNSA, guys. Okay, PCNSA, it's Palo Alto Certified Network Security Administrator, right? So which is entry level certification in Palo Alto, okay, where you are going to learn only Palo Alto firewalls, and that too you can know how to configure the Palo Alto firewall, manage the day-to-day activities in your Palo Alto firewall, right? So configuration management, okay. So I mean not entire full management, only the Palo Alto firewall management. And managing day-to-day activities of like implementing the services applications, right? So you can taking a backup, so these kind of things. And which means you are going to entirely learn Palo Alto firewall in terms of configuration management, okay. And the troubleshooting, you will be if you want to learn the troubleshoot the protocol, troubleshoot the configuration, so that and all will comes under the PCNSC certification. Okay, that is an expert level certification. And so basically you will learn entire Palo Alto firewall. So in this, if you want to get trained Palo Alto in a Palo Alto networks itself directly, right? So they are following this curriculum which is called EDU 210 paper. The paper name is called EDU 210. So which is talk about Palo Alto firewall. Palo Alto firewall. Okay, so you are going to know how to configure Palo Alto firewall, the how to take a backup, how to manage your firewalls properly, right? So individual management within the firewall itself. Okay, but when you go for a PCNS, you are going to learn one more product, as I mentioned, that is called a Panorama. So you can manage your Palo Alto firewall through Panorama remote management device, centralized remote management device. Okay, so that is called, that you will be covered under Palo Alto. So EDU 220 paper. Okay, if you are looking at PC NSA certification, if you are preferring a PC NSA certification, then you are, if you have a knowledge of EDU 210 paper, which is talk about only Palo Alto firewall, only Palo Alto firewall. Okay, but if you're looking for a PC NSA certification, then you have to focus EDU 210 and EDU 220. These two training you have to get trained with the two different papers minimum. Okay, but actually to clear your certification, PCNSC certification, you should learn these three papers. So three different training program you have to attend in your Palo Alto environment. If you want to get trained in Palo Alto itself, okay, you have to spend a lot of money for that. So each stage they will cover EDU 210, which is Palo Alto firewall only, EDU 220 Palo Alto firewall with panorama device. Okay, and EDU 330 about troubleshooting. How to troubleshoot your Palo Alto firewall and Panorama devices in terms of configuration, in terms of protocol, right? So everything capturing the packet and what are the tools, hardware based troubleshooting, VM based troubleshooting, right? So if you have any issue, your hardware, how to reach your hardware team, Palo Alto hardware team, right? And how to manage the licenses, how to upgrade the licenses, patch updates, right? So everything will be covered under EDU 330. Okay, so which is called troubleshooting. Okay, so so our curriculum in this Palo Alto product, right? So our curriculum which include all these three: EDU 210 paper, and EDU 220 paper, and EDU 330 paper. So that's why the Palo Alto, we are, which means we are simply we are covering PCNSA plus PCNSE both, which means all these three papers are included. So Palo Alto will take 40 to 45 hours. Okay, so maximum it will go up to 50 hours. So I just want to go with a day wise, since this batch is going to start weekdays batch and Monday to Friday, right? So we are going to have a session, 1 hour session. So 45 to 45 sessions will take, 45 to 50 sessions will take to complete Palo, which means 1.5 month minimum it will take to. Okay, 6 weeks, minimum 6 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks it will take to complete your Palo Alto base, because we are covering PCNSA and PCNSE both. Okay, and at FortiGate, so previously, FortiGate, if you get trained with the FortiGate, that you can write the certification for NSC4. You can go for a certification is called NSC4. Now they have changed the certification track. Okay, so our curriculum, which is talk about the FortiGate firewall product wise. So you are going to learn end-to-end FortiGate products. Okay, so after completion of after learning of this FortiGate firewall, you can write the examination in if you are looking for a certification, you can write the examination. Hi, yeah, Rafi. Do you have any queries? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That so Palo Alto will take 1.5 months to complete, and let me complete here one by one. So FortiGate will take 1 month. to complete under FortiGate. After completion of FortiGate training, you are eligible to write the examination called FCP certification, Fortinet Certified Professional or FortiGate Administrator certification. So, which is the core certification in Fortinet environment. You must have this certification in a Fortinet environment if you are focusing the Fortinet based products. Your certification track is in a Fortinet side. Fortinet, you can write the examination NSC 1 to NSC 8, 8 level of certification. So as a professionals, we have to start from NSC 4. Okay. So NSC 4 to NSC 8, if you want to get any certification, right? You must have FortiGate firewall knowledge as a core knowledge. So first you should be a FCP certified engineer. Then only you can go for NSC 4 certification by learning other product in a Fortinet. So like Forti Manager, Forti Analyzer, Forti Token, Forti Authenticator, Forti Web, Forti Mail. Like that, they have a number of products. So any of one product you have to choose. I mean, Forti Manager and Forti Analyzer. And under NSC 4, so you should take Forti Manager and Forti Analyzer. Okay. It will be within 10 to 15 minutes. It will be ended with. Okay. Almost we are near to end of the session. Okay. So so Fortinet is the core examination. FortiGate firewall is the core knowledge if you want to get trained or if you want to switch over your career in a Fortinet based products. Okay. So Fortinet will take 1 month to complete it. FortiGate will take 1 month to complete because we are covering under FortiGate. Again, if you want to get trained in a Fortinet itself for a FortiGate firewall, so again, you need to get trained in a two different papers, just like a Palo Alto EDU 210 220, the same way FortiGate security and FortiGate infrastructure. So these will be covered. I mean, these two papers has to be learned. You should have a knowledge. Okay, our curriculum which cover both FortiGate security and FortiGate infrastructure. Okay, and in checkpoint, so there are just like a Palo Alto, there are two type of certification: FortiGate security, sorry, checkpoint CCSA and checkpoint CCSA. So CCSA is the administrative level, associate level certification. Okay, so where you are going to learn fundamentals of checkpoint environment, right? So where you can manage the configuration of checkpoint and the deployment and architecture of the checkpoints. And CCSE, which is expert level certification, where you are going to deal with next generation firewall features along with VPN, and then along with high availability service, high availability configurations and all. Okay, so in checkpoint, like Palo Alto, you cannot directly go with a CCSC certification. You must, if you want to get certification in a checkpoint, and especially if you are looking for a CCSC, you must complete CCSA certification, administrative level certification. Then you can go for a expert level certification. Okay. So the cost for each certification in Palo Alto, one of the affordable certification. Palo Alto certification is the one of the affordable and most valuable certification. Okay, if you are going for a PCNSA or PCNSC, anything, you have to pay 180 USD plus tax. Okay, so you can go for PCNSA or PCNSC. So my suggestion after completion of this product, you can directly go with the PCNSC. So you will get an exposure, external level exposure, expert level exposures. Okay, so now in FortiGate, if you want to become a FCP certified engineer, then you have to spend 400 USD, such a costliest certification in this product. Okay. And in checkpoint for CCSA, 200 USD and CCSC 200 USD. Okay. So validity for this certification 2 years validity for this certification, again 2 years. This is previously it was a 3 years, now it is they make it as a 2 years. Okay, so after that you have to recertify or you have to upgrade your skill in that particular product. So if you want, okay, certification is not mandatory. So having a knowledge is the mandatory until unless your organization, if your organization demands you, you can just ask them and you can ask them to pay. You can ask them to pay and they will ready to pay it. Okay, so you can go for a certification. Or if you're job seeker along with a networking fundamental and you want to go with a cybersecurity domain and especially in a firewall products, then you can go for certification. Okay, so that will make you added advantage. Okay. Okay, so this is the curriculum we will cover, and I'll give you the each and every detailed curriculum informations here. Okay, so I'll give you this document. So what are the topics we are going to cover in each and every firewall product? Okay, so if I started to discuss about this curriculum one by one, it will take another 1.5 hours to 2 hours to it will take to me to explain deeply. So I will give you this document whatever the topics we are going to cover and by which day what topic we will cover. So roadmap, along with the roadmap I'll give you. However, in a day one day to the initial days of each product, we will discuss about the curriculum in deepest manner. Okay. So if you want that recorded videos also I'll share you, because due to time concern I just want to wind up because it will take another or else if I continue tomorrow I cannot able to take any live hands-on session. So uh, I'll give you the link where you can able to watch the detailed curriculum discussion. Okay, so each and every module I have explained what we will cover, how long it will take, everything I will explain there. Okay, so I request you to watch that session, guys. Okay. So our upcoming batch is going to start on 12th August. So we do have a batch, a morning and evening batch. Okay, it's a weekdays batch. So morning batch, we are going to start with Palo Alto in this three known firewall. Those who are going to start three known firewall, right? So you are going to start with in a morning batch. You are going to start with Palo Alto firewall. So time schedule is 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. as per Indian Standard Time. Okay, and evening batch, we are going to start with FortiGate firewall as a first firewall product. You are going to learn one by one. After FortiGate, you guys are going to learn Palo Alto, and after Palo Alto, you guys are going to learn Checkpoint. Okay, in morning batch students, after Palo Alto, you are going to learn FortiGate, and after FortiGate, you are going to learn Checkpoint. Okay, likewise, it will go, and so total duration for this course is 3.5 months. It will take to complete. Okay, so and you will get 1 year validity for this training program, guys. Okay, so you can, after completion of all this training program, you want to if in case if you want to refresh your knowledge, because you may plan to get a certification later, so you want to upgrade or refresh your knowledge, then the next 1 year without paying anything you can join multiple times. Okay, so each and every month we'll have firewall batch, you can able to join anytime. Okay. And so as I mentioned, so the for our Independence Day offer, we are going to give all these three firewalls under one firewall cost. Okay, so actual cost for each and individual firewall cost is 10,000. Okay, so under one firewall cost, we are going to give you the three firewall values. So you can you if you're enroll in this batch, so this is a limited offer and only for this batch only we are going to give this offer. Okay, so if you are going to enroll this batch, you will get all these three firewalls under one individual firewall cost. Okay, so by cost wise you will get benefit as well. Okay, yeah, Rafi, yeah, Rafi. And just a minute. So for a hands-on, we will use a virtual lab setups. Okay, so the tool called EVNG and PNet. Okay, so we will give you the necessary tools and software, and each and every day and each and every batch. So we every product we will teach you how to create your lab setup in your own laptop or desktop, right? So we do have our virtual lab. So based on the slot, you can access our. You have to book your slot, and you can access the virtual lab. Okay, and so also you can able to create your own lab setup in your hardware. So that we will help you guys. Okay, so that will be taught in a live session itself. So how to use that product and everything will be covered. Okay, so any queries guys apart from this, like for enrollment and for enrollment, you can reach out this number. Okay, so let me share that number. You can reach out through WhatsApp or you can do call as well. So in this number, you can reach out for the enrollment. Okay, I hope everyone got the message. Okay, so yep. Any queries, guys? You can raise your hand. I can unmute yourself. Rafi, yeah, Rafi, you can unmute now. You can.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Myself is Rafi. I'm sorry, I missed that point regarding this, what it's called, the slots, morning batches and evening slots or batches. Do you have two different batches?
Yes.
So what
So
is the
this is the
morning batch, please, in as per IST?
so as per IST, morning batch timing is 7:30 a.m. to
Oh,
8:30 a.m.
oh,
So
evening?
that is evening 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m.
8:30.
So
Got it.
I will send you this schedule as well. So in your WhatsApp you will get a schedule. So no worries. Along with the course curriculum details, I will share you the
Mhm.
schedule as well.
Right. Regarding that lab, so every day we are going to cover with the theory, right? Theory part, and lab you will instruct her to instruct us to how to do and how to work on it, right? So lab we'll have to do individually, not by in the classes, right?
Yes. So during I will everything it's a practical oriented and live real time scenario based training. So
Mhm.
you everything I'll teach you in a practically, and you must watch, and then if you are able to catch right in a live my from my side I'll not recommend. So while listening the session, don't try lab, because you will rely under the configuration but you will not understand the concepts. Okay, so
Mhm.
uh, my suggestion, if you're able to catch up, and we will give you the necessary tools and softwares so you can make ready your machine and you can do hands on while I'm teaching here itself. But my suggestion, please do your lab by your own time. So apart from the session times, okay, then only you will get a lot of knowledge. So when you're doing
Yeah,
separately, then you will do a lot of mistakes, or you may have a
yeah,
different
that's
kind
true.
of
That's
starts.
true. Yeah.
So that is my suggestion. Yeah.
All right. If in between, if you have any doubts or something, we can come up to you by the message by the WhatsApp group
Yes,
to
yes.
ask
So
those.
we will create a separate WhatsApp group for your batches. Okay, so
Mhm.
there you can you guys can communicate, and you everyone can one by one to one you can get help as well, and me also available there. So I'll
Mm.
let you know, or
Good.
personally you can reach out me in a WhatsApp. Okay, and we do have our applications, mobile applications. Okay, and then LMS portals. So you each and every sessions will be recorded, and recorded sessions will be provided in each of after 1 hour of the session into your portal. So if you have any concern, you can any doubts, you can refresh your recorded video as well anytime from anywhere. And in terms of doubts or assistance, you can reach out us through application. You can reach out us. I'll assist you.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So that can be good. So I'm sorry again. You have these two batches timing for it, not in afternoon that time or something, right? And weekly, how many
Yes.
days? You said you weekly, how many days?
Monday to Friday. There is no session on weekends.
That's good. Yeah. Okay. So Monday to Thursday.
Friday, not Thursday. Friday.
Friday. Monday to
So
Friday.
5 days in a 5 days in a
Right. Right. Like, do you have any like weekly batches, like weekend batches?
No, we are committed with some other batches. So right now we don't have any weekend batches, and especially firewall
Mm.
products, we don't have a weekend batches because it will take a lot of time. So we cannot complete within the
Right.
timeline. You will get a loss of interest because the combo batch it will go in weekdays itself it will go 3 to 4 months.
Right. So along with this firewall, do you have like what kind of other courses you are providing?
So we are in entry level, we are providing a CCNA and
Uh-huh.
cloud computing, AWS, and then
Mm.
we are giving a ethical hacking training as well. So,
Right. What about the duration of ethical hacking system?
so it will take if you must have a knowledge of CCNA to
Uh-huh.
learn from our side. So it's not a mandatory, but we are recommending that to have a knowledge of CCNA. So if you have that
Right.
CCNA knowledge,
Mm.
so it will take 1.5 months to
Mhm.
complete it.
Right. Right. Okay. I think it's not a good time to discuss about ethical system here. I'll get back to you personally. Right?
Yeah, sure.
And for this, okay, yeah, I'll reach out to you the same number which you have shared by the message now to enroll
Yes,
us.
please do that. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, yes,
So,
right. Thank you so
someone,
much.
thank you, Rafit. Uh, Another one guy who's silent. Rahul, yeah, you can unmute yourself. Rahul Patel.
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
I
Rahul.
just want to ask, as we are enrolling for this course, is it necessary to have a knowledge of CCNP and CCNP level, or it is not required?
No, actually, you
Server
must
knowledge.
have my recommendation. You should have a knowledge of fundamental networking. So, if you have a CompTIA N plus or fundamental networking, that is okay. If you have a CCNA level knowledge, that is fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
already gone through the CCNA course. I just
Then that's
wanted
fine.
to.
That's fine. So that's fine. That is
Mm,
fair enough. So you must understand YSLAs. You must understand the protocols and port numbers. You must understand the services, right? So you must understand the IP, VLANs. So these basic things it's fine. So you
okay.
don't need to be a
This,
pro. You don't need to be pro in
yeah,
the CCNP content or CCIE level. So it's not necessary. Even if you have a basic ideology in a CCNA, that is fine. So that we will make you.
okay,
So no worry.
okay, okay.
Okay, guys. And anything else? Anybody else, guys? Okay. So tomorrow also we have a demo. So if you have any queries, you can reach out me tomorrow as well, or in a tomorrow session. Okay. So tomorrow we are going to do hands-on with Palo Alto. Okay, one firewall product and other firewall products. The hands-on, I will give you the video links to if you want you can refresh it. Okay, you can just watch it. So like Palo Alto and sorry FortiGate and Checkpoint I'll give you to you guys. Okay, so oh, okay guys, that's it today. We'll meet tomorrow and sorry for the long session. And any queries you can reach out me, which is I already shared on that particular number, right? So I'm available on that number, so you can reach out me. Okay, thank you guys, bye bye, take care. Rafi, your session is going to that is the August 12th is the day one, first class. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow is demo for demo purpose. I'm going to take one particular session. I mean, any of that random topic, I will take it from Palo Alto. Okay. So I think he's not there. Okay, fine. Okay, guys. Bye bye, guys. Take care.